Tom, you already got a very active wiki. You have a blog which is also very active. You're getting thousands of pictures put into Flickr. You're all about a community, but you are not yet launched the community in itself. I mean, when are you thinking about launching the community? I know you're experimenting with the events and seeing how people fit together and who you want to be in the community as leaders of the community. But when do you think is the time frame where you're going to come up with a solution to put these people together? They have their own community.
Well, the short answer is as soon as possible. It's really sort of misleading, I think, when you look at the site and all of the content that we've already got out there, all of the videos from the conference, all of the photos, all of the posts and additional information from our facilitators is overwhelming in some ways, and it projects that we're doing conferences, which we absolutely are, but our real goal is actually the broader community and creating something, as I said earlier, that's global and sustainable, meaning it's not just about the event. It's not just about the one time a year we get together in the U.S. or the one time a year we get together in Europe. It's about regional communities in each of the cities. So in Madrid, in Geneva, in Stockholm, in London, that these communities have a chance to get together on a monthly basis or whatever is appropriate for them, where they feel that they would like to get together. The ability to provide online places for them to connect, to be able to meet other people around the world, literally, that are like them or that they may be able to benefit from knowing, either from being able to hire somebody or to find somebody to outsource work to, or to be able just to connect and to share best practices and new ideas. So that community piece is really the part that actually becomes the core of what we're trying to do, and we're very excited about that and hope to have pieces up online in the very near future.
There is another thing that has surprised me. I mean, when I talked to the people that attended the event, and some of them were the number 1 and number 2 companies in the space, and I found out what they were selling. I mean, there isn't a big company in the space. I mean, the biggest company doesn't do more than $10-15 million turnover. So there isn't any $100 million, $200 million company. Do you think that Vizthink is going to create or help create this type of companies?
I certainly hope so. That's certainly one of our goals, is to grow the industry as a whole, to be able to raise awareness out in the corporate market and the broader global markets, to say, you know what, there is a better way to communicate, that visuals actually do help, and they can make your message stronger, more clear, and more effective. And from that perspective, we think that awareness will raise the level for all of those groups, and a $100 million business in the space is definitely not unheard of. And there's some that with a bit of a boost could easily hit that.
In your experience in the U.S., I mean, from the top 500, I mean, when we talk about the top 500 large companies, corporations in the world, we talk about the Americans normally because of Fortune magazine, which did the listing. No? I mean, do you think that all of those companies are already using today visuals to explain what they do, or is only a minor percentage of them?
I think if you looked at them, you'd find that all of them are doing it, but in pockets. In fact, in very small pockets. You'll find that a lot of the organizations have one person in one division that's actually applying visual thinking skills. Often you'll see it in a design group, in a marketing group, or something like that. But there are also places in the strategy departments, in training and learning, in organization development, where they're actually applying the skills, and they just haven't had a place to go where they could learn to refine them and find other additional ways that they could apply visual thinking. So I think you'll see it in pretty much most of the Fortune 500, but finding it inside that organization is actually much tougher. There are very few that I would say have a culture that uses visuals as a primary way of communication.
I did a small exercise in the table, in one of the tables I had, and I explained people at the table that I thought that the companies, corporations at this moment in time probably use less than 1% visuals compared to 99% text. And I told them that, I mean, if we were able to, through Vizthink, to move this 1% to 20%, I mean, it's a huge marketplace there. Do you think that it's realistic to look at this in that way?
I don't even think you need to get to 20%. From 1% to 2% or 1% to 5%
it's double, yeah.
is going to be a massive amount of growth. If we could get to 20%, I think you might start a real revolution in the fact that people will know that there's a better way and will rebel against pages of bullet points and 1,000-page strategy documents that nobody ever reads. And I think that's the real place. Once the ground level, the grass level employee understands that there is a better way and that they don't have to do things the way it's always been done, and that there is a visual way to communicate, I think it'll change the world.
Tom, thank you very much for being here with us.
My pleasure.
Thank you very
Thank you
much.
for having me, Rodolfo.
Thank you.